Do you know which words your dog actually understands when you talk to them? Most people assume their dog just reacts to tone of voice, that the words themselves don't really matter. But neuroscientists put dogs inside MRI machines, scanned their living brains, and found something that will completely change the way you communicate with your dog forever. And the last word on this list? Almost every owner is using it wrong, and it's quietly affecting your dog more than you know. Stay with me, because number 5 is the one that nobody talks about.
1. They know their own name. Let's start with the one that seems obvious, but goes so much deeper than you'd expect. You've probably called your dog's name and watched them snap their head toward you instantly, ears up, eyes locked on you. That's not a coincidence, and it's not just instinct. In 2016, researchers at Edfus Lorand University in Hungary trained dogs to lie completely still inside MRI machines, which is already impressive, and then played them recordings of familiar words versus unfamiliar words. What they found was extraordinary. Their brains processed their own name differently from random sounds. It wasn't just a noise to them.
It was meaning. But here's what surprised even the scientists. Dogs don't just recognize their name as a sound. They associate it with you. Your specific voice, your specific rhythm, the exact way you say it when you're calling them versus when you're talking about them to someone else. Your dog has been memorizing the sound of your voice since the day you brought them home. They know the difference between you calling their name because dinner is ready and you calling it in that slightly higher-pitched, excited tone that means something fun is about to happen. And here's the part that should make every owner stop and think. If your dog hears their name and doesn't come, it's not because they didn't understand. It's because they've learned what usually comes after their name. If it leads to something good, they come running. If it's led to nail trims and baths more than playtime, they make a different calculation. Your dog is always listening. They're always deciding. And their name is the word that starts that whole process. 2. They know what no means, and it cuts deeper than you think. Here's one that almost every dog owner gets wrong in some way, including the people who think they're doing it right. Your dog freezes the second you say it. Mid-jump, mid-chew, mid-countersurf. One word and they stop. So they clearly understand it, right? Yes, but not in the way most people assume. A 2021 study from the University of Sao Paulo found that dogs process your facial expression and your tone of voice at the same time when you speak to them. They're not just hearing the word no. They're reading your whole body. Your face, your posture, how fast you moved, how tense your voice sounds. They're building a full emotional picture of what that moment means. And this is where most owners accidentally cause damage without realizing it. If you say no loudly, repeatedly, or while already frustrated, your dog doesn't learn the rule. They learn that you are unpredictable. They start associating your presence with tension. Over time, that shows up as a dog that flinches when you reach for them too fast. A dog that slinks away when you raise your voice even slightly. A dog that stops coming to you during conflict because they've learned that you, in that state, means something bad is coming. The owners whose dogs are the most well-adjusted aren't the ones who never say no. They're the ones who say it once, calmly, and then immediately redirect their dog to something they can do. One word, calm tone, clear alternative. That's the entire formula. And it works because your dog isn't looking for punishment, they're looking for guidance. Give them that, and they'll follow it every time. 3. They know what walk means, and they've cracked your code. You already know what happens when you say the W word out loud. Spinning, whining, full-body chaos. But here's where it gets genuinely fascinating from a science standpoint. Researchers at the Family Dog Project in Budapest found that dogs don't just learn individual words in isolation. They build what scientists call word maps, layered mental connections between a word, a physical object or action, and an emotional outcome. So when your dog hears walk, they're not just retrieving a definition, they're pulling up an entire experience. The leash, the door, the smells outside, the feeling of moving alongside you all at once.
That's why so many owners have switched to spelling it out, W-A-L-K, and then been completely shocked when their dog still goes berserk. Because the word is just one piece. Your dog has also memorized every surrounding signal. You reaching toward the hook where the leash hangs,
Your shoes going on instead of slippers, your keys coming off the counter. They built a full prediction chain around that experience. And by the time you say the word, they already knew 3 steps ago where this was going. Your dog has been reverse engineering your routines this entire time, and they're very, very good at it.
4. They know the names of their toys, and they learn them without being taught. This is the one that tends to shock people the most, because it sounds almost too human. A border collie named Chaser, studied extensively by Dr. John Pilley at Wofford College in South Carolina, learned the individual names of over 1,000 objects, and could retrieve the correct one on command, even when surrounded by decoys. That alone is staggering. But Dr. Pilley went further.
He showed that Chaser could also learn a new object's name by exclusion, meaning if she knew the names of 9 toys and was introduced to an unfamiliar 10th, she could correctly identify the new one just because it was the only one she didn't already have a name for. That's not memorization, that's reasoning. Now, your dog might not be a border collie, but a 2022 study published in Current Biology found that some dogs spontaneously learn the names of their toys simply from hearing you say the name in context during play. No formal training, no repetition drills.
Just you saying "get the rope" while playing with the rope over and over, and your dog quietly filing that away. Think about how many times you've said, "Where's your ball?" and watched your dog go find it. That wasn't luck. That wasn't them guessing. That was vocabulary, a word your dog learned from you without either of you realizing a lesson was happening. 5. They know what good boy means, and your brain is their reward. This is the one. This is the word or phrase that changes everything once you truly understand what's happening inside your dog's brain when they hear it. In 2016, a landmark study was published in the journal Science by researchers at Otwas-Lorand University. They played dogs recordings of words spoken in different tones, praising words in praising tones, praising words in flat tones, neutral words in praising tones, and neutral words in flat tones, and scanned their brains the entire time. What they found was that dogs process the meaning of a word and the tone it's said in using 2 completely separate regions of the brain, exactly the way human brains do. Both channels are always running simultaneously. And the reward center of the brain, the part that activates for food, for play, for everything a dog loves, only lit up fully when a praising word was delivered in a praising tone. Both had to match. The word alone wasn't enough. The tone alone wasn't enough. Your dog needed to feel that you meant it.
Think about what that means for how you talk to your dog every single day. When you say "good boy" while staring at your phone, distracted, voice flat, their brain registers something is off. The word is there, but the meaning isn't fully behind it. But when you stop, look at them, and say it like you actually mean it, with warmth in your voice and your attention fully on them, something real happens in their brain. The same system that lights up for their favorite treat lights up for you. You are a source of reward. You have always been a source of reward. Your dog figured that out a long time ago. The only question is whether you've been showing up like you know it too. Your dog isn't just reacting to sounds. They are listening. They're reading you, building a language with you, and remembering every word that has ever mattered. If this made you want to go find your dog right now, go do it. And if you want to know more about what's actually going on inside your dog's mind, subscribe. We're just getting started. And if you want to know more about what's actually going on inside your dog's mind, subscribe. We're just getting started.